it's a very human thing to complain about your boss. Everyone does it. And it doesn't even matter how good your boss is, sometimes it just feels good to complain about it. Everyone does this except for me, because Father Mac is the best boss in the world, and I would never say anything bad about him. But other people tend to do this. And I've noticed this is an easy thing to do when it comes to, let's say, bishops, right? Did you know that back in the very early church, in the first few hundred years, there was a saint who told us that we should look upon the bishops like we look upon God the Father. We look upon the priests as Jesus Christ and the bishops as God the Father. Now, that's not meant to be taken literally, but it is trying to prove a spiritual point. At the Last Supper, Jesus Christ inaugurated the priesthood. Those first apostles were the first bishops. And the bishops really do have the fullness of the priesthood. Us regular priests, we do share in the one priesthood, the one ministerial priesthood of Jesus Christ, but we do so in cooperation with the bishop. We're co-workers with the bishop. We help the bishop out. Really, the bishop has the fullness of the priesthood. So that means it's his job to teach, sanctify, and govern. And so his responsibility is for every single soul in the diocese. And because it's such a big job, his brother priests help him out with that. So he gives to the priests charge over different souls in the diocese. But we're really all drawn together because of the bishop. You know, this is why the bishop normally does confirmation. The priest can get permission to do confirmation, but it's normally done by the bishop. Why? To remind us that we are united in the church under the bishop. That we really become fully Catholic and fully inaugurated into the church in part because of our relationship to our bishop. So, while yes, indeed, it's sometimes good to critique and offer critiques, and it doesn't necessarily mean that everything the bishop does is flawless, but I get distressed that so often we treat our relationship with the bishop as something political instead of something familial. That the bishop is indeed our father. And so, if we offer critiques, we should do so with love and peace and charity. We should act not like members of a political party, but like Christians. We should pray for our bishop, who is indeed a father that the Lord has appointed to us here on this earth. We should treat our diocese more and more like a family, realizing that our parish is connected to every other parish in this diocese. And because of our bishop, we're connected to every diocese in the world. Because of our bishop, we're connected to the Pope. So we need to keep this in mind and not let the spirit of the world infiltrate our hearts, and not let the spirit of the world dictate how we see the church and how we see our leadership. Like I said, it doesn't mean everything they do is perfect, but it does mean that we have to treat this more like a family and less like a political institution.